In April 1945, Berlin was the last battlefield of Europe. The city was surrounded, outgunned, and collapsing, but the war would not end until Berlin fell. The final Soviet offensive began on April 16, 1945. By then, Germany was exhausted, fuel was scarce, ammunition was rationed, and the Luftwaffe barely existed. Yet Berlin still had to be taken street by street. The scale of the assault was enormous. Estimates put the Soviet forces at around 2.5 million soldiers, over 6,000 tanks, and more than 7,000 aircraft supporting the push. Against them were battered Wehrmacht units, SS divisions, and the Volkssturm, teenagers and old men forced into the last line of defense. The first major barrier was the Seelow Heights, a fortified ridge east of Berlin. It became one of the bloodiest moments of the entire war's final phase. The Soviets broke through, but at a heavy cost. Once Seelow fell, Berlin was exposed. If you like our content, please like and subscribe Moments Before Zero. By April 23rd, Soviet artillery was pounding the city center. The battle turned into brutal urban warfare. Every street became a killing zone. Every building was a potential fortress. Berlin wasn't just a battlefield, it was a collapsing capital. Food and water ran out. Hospitals were overwhelmed. Civilians were trapped in basements and subway tunnels, while tanks and artillery fought above them. The exact civilian death toll is debated, but the human cost was staggering. Inside the Führer bunker, the regime was unraveling. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler committed suicide. That same day, Soviet troops raised their flag near the Reichstag, a symbol that the war in Europe was effectively finished. Yet the fighting did not stop immediately. Small pockets of resistance continued for days. Finally, on May 2nd, 1945, Berlin formally surrendered. Less than a week later, on May 8, 1945, Germany signed its unconditional surrender WWII Day. The fall of Berlin ended the Third Reich, but it also opened a new era. The city was divided, Europe was split, and the Cold War began. Berlin 1945 is not just the story of a battle, it's the story of a regime collapsing under its own weight, and of a city paying the final price. If you want the next chapters, the political aftermath, the division of Europe, and the moments that reshaped the world, watch the rest of Moments Before Zero. History doesn't just end, it transforms.